All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our artificial intelligence course and we're still in our natural language module. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, tonight he kind of threw me for a loop. We started writing some code that he didn't actually finish in the actual course. I tried my best to recreate it and to try to reverse engineer it, but to no avail. I couldn't come up with the last few sentences or the last few lines of his code that he ran, so I'm not going to be able to run anything for you tonight. But I did look a little further ahead. I think we are going to get some code that we're going to be able to run later on, but tonight it's not going to happen. But we do have some light reading, so let's pick up where we left off. Now, last night, the last thing we talked about were engrams, so let's start there. So, in particular, we might try to create engram. The engram is a continuous sequence of n items from a sample of text. It might be n characters in a row or n words in a row, for example. So, let's take a passage from Sherlock Holmes and let's look for all the trigrams. Now, a trigram is an engram where n is equal to 3. So, in this case, we are looking for sequences of 3 words in a row. Now, how often have I said to you that when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth? So that's our sentence there from Sherlock Holmes. So the trigrams here would be phrases like how often have, you can see the first 3 words. That's 3 words in a row. Often have I is another. You see, often have I is the next 3 words. So it's not going 3 words, then 3 words, and 3 words. It's going 3 words, and then starting with the next word, 3 words, starting with the next word, 3 words. It's going like that, just in case you get a little confused. I said to you, and to you that. These are all trigrams, sequences of 3 words that appear in sequence. And if we could give the computer a large corpus of text and have it pull out all of the trigrams in this case, we could get a sense for what the sequences of 3 words tend to appear next to each other in our own natural language. And as a result, get some sense for what the structure of the language actually is. So let's take a look at an example of that. How can we use NLTK to try to get access to information about engrams? First, we will bring over some imports, and we also need to import NLTK, but we already have done that, so we don't have to do that again. These are the imports that we brought over from collections. We imported over counter, then we imported math, we imported OS, and we imported sys. Now, this is the code we wrote, or the code, the first half of the code that we wrote. And yeah, so it doesn't really make any sense to go over any of this right now. I'm going to see if we actually go back over it later on and we pick up the rest of the code. I'm not sure that we will. So, like I said, it doesn't really make any sense to actually dive into this piece of code here since we're not able to run it and go over it in depth. So, I'm not going to waste your time with that. But like I said, I did look a little further ahead and it looks like we're going to run something later on. So maybe we'll be able to run that actual code for our own purposes. We'll see how it goes. But of course, I will keep you guys posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.